Good morrow. The Trove grind continues. Okay, let's see here. Do I still have... Yes, I do. Good. Unbreakable rune for an hour. Boo-hoo. Hey, Zyph. My rune crafting increased, you guys. Oh my god. Oh, I was gonna change my character's stats. Oh well, we won't do that today. Because I'm too lazy. Hey, guys. No, I was first. I'm always first. Wynncraft update today, by the way. I'm really excited to start recording that later. Haven't gotten around to it yet. Hey, Multi. It's 1 a.m. The stream notif woke me up. Ah, yes. Where's the time when you're live? Random times. I'm sorry to say I don't have... I don't have like a specific stream schedule or anything. Whoops, I'm supposed to be doing the 5 stars. That means I need a ship. Because I gotta craft keys. Hopefully these ships can actually spawn in the geode biome, but I don't know if they can. I mean, normal 5 stars do. When's the Bard Guide coming? I'm sorry, man, it's gonna be a while before that one shows up, because he's second to last, so... Unfortunately. Hee. Well, hopefully we don't have the bad boss show up, but whatever. Great day for Bard fans. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry it's gonna take so long. Boxman! I'm gonna let myself die while I heart the super chat. Thank you so much, dude. And that's like euros or pounds or whatever, so that's like a lot of money for my Canadian butt. No, genuinely, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Oh my god, can the knockback stop, bro? Just stop. Stop pretending. Stop. I've already consumed so many flasks. He's spawning so many enemies. Devs don't see a problem with this. Oh, wait. That would imply that they tested this. Still no C5 yet. No, it's, when do you guys get it? Like in 3 days? So just after the weekend? So that's cool. Why is his health bar not gone away? Weird. Oh, sorry, Sib. I thought you were on console. Yeah, if you're just grinding C5, then yes, welcome to pain. C5 sucks, dude. Like, it's just a slow grind. I wouldn't, like, I don't know. This is just how I deal with it, is basically I just mentally don't care. So if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. And that helps. It doesn't help my luck. My luck is terrible. As you've seen, it took me, what, 20,000 boxes in order to get 2 C5 hats? But with me not caring, it allows me to not be all bent out of shape or force myself to grind it and stuff. Instead, I'm playing the slow and steady race. Hey, Bobby. We love getting sent into the Farlands because of low stability. Bro, even having high stability doesn't even make a difference. That's what's so frustrating about the whole situation, is that, you know, it doesn't do anything to have high stability. And then if that's not bad enough, the stability food items would take our auto use slot, which we need for the stupid rune stuff. So Yeah, we might. I did have one of my buddies. I talked about this in the Draco guide, but one of my buddies kind of finally explained to me in English how coefficiency works. And there's already a pretty good guide for it and stuff, so it means eventually I'll get around to doing guides of that nature. Even though only like 5 people care, but at least it'll finally shut people up. Sorry, that sounded mean, but if I buy credit pouches, how much should I sell them for on console? Probably like, what, 10 mil or something? I don't know, man. I don't know what your economy looks like. It's probably still broken because of all the duping. Usually you just gotta look and see what other people are, like, what's the average, and then just go with that. But sometimes you might want to try and keep track of the purchases and see if that averages out to a different amount, because sometimes it like fluctuates a lot. Well, that dungeon sucked. Jeez. There's a ship. What's the fastest way to get Shadowhunter? You know what? I'll write that down because that's a good idea. I could have like guides on how to get the classes because, frankly speaking, the game sure as heck doesn't teach you any of those resources. You gonna play the Elden Ring DLC again? I have been. I just haven't been streaming it. I probably should have been. But I've got this whole, like, I've got this weird thing that I'm doing with the channel lately where I'm kind of just shooting myself in the foot as far as content is concerned. And I'm recording, like, hours and hours and hours worth of content that I splice down into one video. That barely makes any views. No, I think it'll slowly get there. It's just people aren't used to that type of content on this channel. I'm not saying towards you guys, I just mean like YouTube algorithm crap in general. But yeah, so long story short, I'm recording a lot of Elden Ring, actually. But it's kind of it varies because sometimes I'll be playing it with a friend, sometimes we're both busy, whatever. And then I'm going to end up compiling all of that into a video at one point or another. But long story short, yes, Elden Ring DLC, good. I am still playing it. I probably should just be streaming it, but whatever. As far as I'm concerned, like I kind of already beat it, so it's like I'd rather just do like a one-off special video. But excuse my ramblings. Also, yes, hi guys. I prefer if they put fall damage back in the game but remove knockback. That's actually kind of a tough one because I really like that they don't have fall damage anymore, but yes, I would take that. That would be a very even trade. What the heck is that dungeon? I don't know if I've ever seen this one. Kind of cool. Just skulls, but let's go into the new biome because, yeah, that biome kind of sucks for the 5 stars because it can generate the normal ones. What weapon are you rocking in the DLC? It varies. I kind of just swap them around as much as I want. The go-to weapons that I've been using is obviously a lot of faith enchants or incantations or whatever. I'm trying to think because I'm sorry, it's been like a week since I played, and I kind of again just swap here and there. I will say most of the weapons that I use aren't the DLC weapons because a lot of the DLC weapons really suck with their scaling. But backhand blades is always good. I've been using Blasphemous and combined with the I forget what that other greatsword is called, where your character roars and it debuffs all the enemies. Kind of been taking more of a support role. But experimenting a lot. Because the more recent patch on Elden changed Mesmer fire incantations and stuff, or at least it was supposed to. It didn't really make them much better. I'd say a lot of the Elden Ring DLC content is really, really good for PvP. But for PvE, I just keep falling back on normal vanilla weapons that work. It's a bit disappointing, honestly. This event, 950, will be the new highest mastery. Oh, nice. I'm not gonna get it. Not 950 mastery. I stopped mastery farming a long time ago. Promise Consort Redan was such a sick fight. Oh, dude. I have nothing but good things to say about all of the bosses, except for the Madness King. He was underwhelming. And then gives you like one of the dumbest PvP weapons in the game that everyone tries to use all the time. The hitbox on that thing is ridiculous. No, I love the DLC. I'd still complain a little bit about too much empty space in the map, but man, the bosses are something else. I wish that you could spend a remembrance to refight bosses, man. I hate having to like what I'm doing now is I got back to the DLC in Journey 8. And I'm purposely not killing any bosses so that I can continuously play the game with my friend. Because for those that don't know, as soon as you beat the dungeon boss, for some stupid reason, it makes it so that you can't play co-op in the dungeon anymore because the game considers, oh, it's complete. It's some residue left over from their linear Dark Souls days. So it doesn't make sense in an open world game. But I hate it almost as much as I hate spam bots. Die! It's on Twitch. By the way, we're multi-streaming on Twitch and YouTube, just so you guys know. Wasn't the mastery limit 1K? So there's, it's misleading because there's your total mastery rank and then there's Trove mastery and Geode mastery. Those combined make your total mastery, which is kind of stupid. They're talking about 950 for Trove mastery. Because otherwise, no, we, not that I'm like super strong with this mastery. There's only a handful of freaks that even have 900 mastery anyways, but I also just, I don't chase anything anymore in this game. I just like to grind. All the things that I'm missing from mastery are like dumb stuff like, oh, gardening allies. Boring. They need boss replay like in Sekiro. Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird that they have those mechanics in other games, but they just didn't put it in Elden Ring. There's also, there's a bug in the Elden Ring DLC. So when you're adventuring with your buddy, you can kill like a specific group of enemies or an elite monster or something, and it'll recharge your flasks for both you and your comrade, right? Because otherwise, if you want to recharge your flash, you gotta leave their world and come back. In the DLC, it doesn't do that. It hasn't done that since day one, and I swear to God, they're only gonna fix it in like a few months, because God, their Elden Ring patches are slow. The fact that it took 2 years for them to fix the Elden Beast combat and make it so that you can use your mount during that fight is pathetic. Because I distinctly remember when I fought Elden Beast the first time, I was like, this feels like it's a mounted battle. And sure enough. Do you know the fastest way to get Shadowhunter on Nintendo? Been having a hard time getting it. Sorry, you asked that earlier. Let me hop in the club world and look at the Chaos Chest crafter thingy so that I can just kind of give you a quick summary. But I'll definitely do like guides like that. I think that's actually a really interesting idea to like show, here's where you get all the resources to craft this class kind of thing. And then in that guide, it would just be, hey, Bard is impossible. Shadowhunter is advanced, right? There we go. Man, that's easy. Wow. Okay, so obviously the Chaos Cores you just gotta get from Chaos Chests. Flux is just 15k, grind whatever. Radiant Shards is over in here. I think Cursed Skyline has it as well, but there's basically these dungeons like from freaking 7 years ago or something that basically you complete those dungeons, and then that's how you end up getting those fragments, the Radiant Shards. Somber Souls basically is just a rare ore in Cursed Vale, and Crystallized Cloud is the ore in Skylands. Extremely easy to farm that. So yeah, you could get this class really quick, come to think of it. Like, those are very, very easy resources. I honestly thought it would be a lot harder. Is there no talisman ability to regen the flasks in co-op? No, it's like, it's an intended feature that they just overlooked in the DLC. But that is funny because, yes, I know there's way too many talismans that barely do anything in the DLC. Some of them are cool and like really game changing, but then a lot of them are just like, this is stupid. I kind of wish that they would just like it's funny, they could have easily just overhauled a bunch of the different weapons, but instead they opted into adding a bunch of talismans that just fill up your slots, that just do what they should have done with rebalancing in the first place. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing the whole like recording Elden Ring thing, because I probably should just keep streaming it, just because it is one of my favorite games and I just keep playing it. I can't stop. But I think it's also just because like the way that the game is now, like I kind of just play it in bursts. That's probably why I don't stream it as much, because sometimes I'll hop on and I just play for like a couple, like 20 minutes or something. I'm not always playing for hours on end, because I've already done everything. So it's like, all I can really do is just grind the same dungeons. And I purposefully, like I said earlier, I purposefully won't kill any of the bosses, because otherwise I can't play the game anymore because the arbitrary design. So it's most of all just about going through dungeons and killing invaders. There's rarely a time where I actually get killed by an invader. Not that I'm like good at PvP, just most invaders suck and don't know what they're doing. Any updates on gym content? I did post some stuff on my Insta. If I'm being perfectly honest, I've been taking a couple days off from the gym because I kind of pulled something by doing a very weird type of sit-up that I should not have attempted. I know that sounds stupid, and it is. I feel extremely sore, and it makes me frustrated because it's like, oh, I can't do anything right now. But yeah, I'm still hoping to do some updated gym stuff soon. Like I've said before, it's like I'm kind of at the point where I want to show when I've got something to talk about. And my last video that kind of highlighted all of my workouts and stuff and my physique and everything, like nothing's really changed, because I like how people keep asking, like, can you do a physique update? And it's like, you guys realize physique change is like extremely slow. Like it takes months, if not a year. But anyways, PvP in Elden Ring is so chaotic with the DLC weapons. Yes. Yeah, I always forget about the Coliseum where you can do like versus PvP. That's true. That's very different than invaders, because those people specifically know what they're doing, so they would have like a proper build. Yeah, I never attempted that. I never even tried, but that would actually be kind of interesting. Oh my god, stop. Just don't use your ability and then we're fine. Is it going to? I don't know. Lucky. Yeah, sorry, Akua, one sec. Let's do, yeah, the stupid overload. What's the highest power rank on PC for Shadowhunter? I mean, I don't know about Shadowhunter specifically, but if you're just asking a generalized strongest PR. I think it's 49.2 or 49.3, one or the other. Granted, that's with Mystic Gear, and I'm gonna say that the majority of people with Mystic Gear, they kind of cheated, because it's almost impossible to get Mystic Gear now after the nerfs. I'm not saying it's impossible and some people haven't gotten it legit, but I think most people that are like, I got Mystic Gear, it's like, did you though? Did you actually get it, or did you take advantage of the exploit? That seemed like just a normal feature at the time, and then the devs nerfed it into the ground, so it was like, oh, it's an exploit. Okay. Thought this was intentional, but sure, whatever. Hey, Mimo. You doing yoga? No, I hate yoga and I hate stretches. I don't bother. Which is probably why I hurt myself. No, it's because I haven't been doing like sit-ups and crunches and like ab exercises for a very, very long time. So I kind of went at it pretty hardcore, not realizing, oh, right, these muscles aren't as developed. So it's fine, you know, it's a nice excuse for me to take a couple days off and then hit it really hard again. Because otherwise, like, my problem is I'm kind of addicted, so I just go to the gym like every single day, and then I feel guilty if I don't go, which is like not a good way to think, because you're supposed to take time off. So yeah. Anyway, games need to have more replayability like Terraria or Minecraft. I completely agree, and I don't know why most games rip off the basics of Minecraft or Terraria, but then they don't commit. Core Keeper. That's a fantastic game if you haven't played it. You can get it for like $10. It goes up to like 20 people in your world, and it's kind of top-down Terraria. That's how I would describe it. The 1.0 update for Core Keeper comes out later this month. I'm going to be playing through it and doing like a full playthrough again. Because they've changed a lot with how the world generates. So I'm going to start a new world and everything. Probably use my existing character. But they're adding a wizard and a summoner. And they just put out a video today of the devs showcasing the classes. And it's straight up just taken from Terraria. And I gotta applaud them. Good. Because otherwise you got so many games that, you know, try to be unique while not having a better idea. But in this case, it's like, yeah, just take the summoner from Terraria. I just hope it's balanced better, because Terraria's summoner sucks. I would know. Hey, Hank. Still farming C5 and texting my knight. Do you have like an AI of your knight on your phone? Like what? Hey, Mystery. Can't really trust people that have a crazy amount of stuff here these days. No, I know. It's kind of disappointing, really, because the biggest problem that I think came out of the whole duping thing is now basically we've got like the OG players that had like a bazillion items and whatever else, you know. And now people question, oh, did they just dupe it? Like me. Except not really, because everyone who's been around with the channel long enough knows I'm a freak and I would never cheat. Morally, I hate cheaters. I think that their accounts should just be banned. They should be banned from video games, just in general. But we won't get into that because it's just gonna make me heated. I'm kidding, guys. I cheated for everything that I ever had. No. Oh, also, side note, Multi. I reinstalled Diablo Immortal because everyone was asking me to play Diablo 4. I reinstalled Diablo 4, played it for 10 minutes, hated it, reinstalled Diablo Immortal, played it for a few hours. It's gotten way better since I last played. I don't know if it's gonna make a return like on the channel, but there's a possibility. I might start doing a stream series with the new class because they're pretty cool. But anyways, excuse my rant. Can't wait to see Core Keeper's Stardust armor. I know, I'm excited to see what the legendary like summoning stuff and staff is going to be. I don't think they're going to end up having any better armor than the Phoenix armor or whatever it is, because basically the way Core Keeper works is they have like one legendary item from each of the main bosses or like core dungeons of the game. And they're adding like one new boss that's like summoner themed and magic themed, so I assume that's where they're going to throw the new legendary weapons. I don't know if they're going to have new legendary armor. But builds in Core Keeper go really hard anyways, so I'm excited to see where it goes. When the devs were showcasing, magic looks insanely overpowered, especially in comparison to summoner. So no surprise there though, because most games summoner sucks, including Terraria. I don't care what you guys think, okay? I've mained Summoner multiple times in Terraria, and guess what? When I get to the end of the game, I have to swap because he can't beat Moonlord. He sucks. The scaling is just not good, and the minions are too dumb, and it's disappointing. It's as soon as you get to Plantera, actually, that's where Summoner starts to really fall off. And every time they end up having a major update where they tweak Summoner stuff, I always go back to test it out, and I'm just left disappointed. You can do a weird hybrid, but generally speaking, you gotta lean towards like a different type of class at that point. All the other ones end up being like so overpowered versus Summoner, dude. Disappointing. I cried every time. What's the fastest way to get flux for stuff? Grinding stuff that people want and selling it? I don't know. I still have like my flux guides and stuff, but I don't know if they're necessarily 100% still relevant because of duping. I mean, they are still relevant though. By any chance you want to buy Gondas? I have too many. Duper, hacker, ban him. No, I'm not gonna buy a Gonda. Are you doing the story quest in Diablo Immortal? A little bit. I kind of just got sidetracked doing open world stuff. I really like how streamlined they made the dungeons now, where you just complete them and it's like, hey, you want to go again? Yes. There's so many like daily rewards and stuff in Diablo Immortal. It's so overly stimulating in a good way. Oh really, Mystery? Not true anymore. They actually fixed Summoner with an update after you played the game. Might be an excuse for me to do an Terraria series. And then be mad because you're wrong. No, I don't know. My main issue with Summoner is that it falls off because it lacks gear between a certain, like between the Plantera Moonlord phase. All the other classes just have gear that kind of pops off. And then a Summoner, meanwhile, is just I start out strong, but I end up garbage. But I mean, they actually made Summoner good again. Might be a reason to go back. What is that best armor you're talking about? Because I know there was an armor before Stardust, unless they added like another one in between, because that was kind of the problem, was the class just fell off. No, I followed the wiki when I was using Summoner. It was most about like, to clarify, it's not that Summoner becomes like bad. It's that it's kind of like Gunslinger and Trove. All the other classes are just better. I think unless you're talking about that fishing armor, in which case it involves fishing. But I don't think that's what you're talking about. A what? An Ankinator? Anakin? Is that what you're talking about? No, I know about all that stuff, dog. The main thing is, again, like the other classes just scale so much better. That's why, like, I always just end up swapping to mage near the late game. Most of all, just because I like the variety of the spells and stuff. I think what I really need to do is stop replaying Terraria doing the same old, same old. I need to try, like, being a warrior or something for once. Because I know warrior gets, like, insanely overpowered, but I just never played it much. But yeah, I used the, what is it, the phase, yeah, the Terra Prisma thing. I don't know, it depends how much it's changed since my last playthrough, which is probably a lot, so I shouldn't really be saying, but I'm just saying, like, out of my experience, I love Summoner right up until, like, the last 15% of the game. But again, that might just be based off of old news, so I might consider going back. If I'm being perfectly honest, for that type of a game, I think I'm going to get my fix out of Core Keeper, and then at some point when the months are dead and there's no other games going on, I really want to commit and actually do like a Valheim series where I beat it, because I love Valheim, but I've never beaten it because when I played it, there wasn't enough content. And then it was like, oh, well, now I'm 100 hours in and they're forcing me to restart the game. Another fantastic game. If you guys like Terraria, you would love Valheim. It copies the same progression. I think if I did a Terraria multiplayer series, that could be fun. But I'm just kind of rambling at this point. What are the best gems to use with Shadowhunter? Like in power gem abilities? Volatile velocity secretly is really good because it increases your range by like 40% or something ridiculous. Explosive epilogue can be good for groups. I always just use Pyrodis because speed. But if you're talking about gem boosts or pearls or whatever, then that you should refer to my Shadowhunter guide, and keep in mind I will have a coefficiency guide at some point, but I want to go through all of the different class guides first, and I know there's a lot left. In a way, it gives me something to do. It gives me content for Trove, so. 100% the best way to play Terraria is to play with what you find, not necessarily commit to a single class. No, I know. It's just for whatever reason, I always wanted to try being 100% dedicated summoner. And then that always falls off later in the game. Most of all because the bosses get too fast for your summons. But yeah, that's not how the game is intended. But yeah, I might possibly end up starting up the multiplayer Terraria series. I was gonna do that like a year or two ago. I remember I bought Joe a copy of Terraria, which was a mistake because he doesn't commit to anything. And especially now that he's not even doing YouTube anymore, he's just gone all the time. Sometimes I'll see him, but generally speaking, like I don't know, he's just too busy or whatever. He doesn't really talk about real life stuff, which is fine. But it's always disappointing because it's like I get excited about the idea of doing like multiplayer series of those games and stuff, and he's the only one who's really interested in them. But yeah, I'd be down to go through it with you, Mystery. I don't know if anybody else would join us, but I recommend waiting for the newest update. It's a huge quality of life for the game in its current state. Oh, okay. Yeah, if they're still updating it, sure, I'm down. I'm not in any rush. Like, I'm probably, like I said, I'm gonna get to it like I'm not thinking about it right now. It's just kind of a in the back of my mind. Yeah, I could do that kind of thing. Yeah, you know what? That's another thing too. I don't remember using the whips very often in Terraria, so maybe I was playing Summoner wrong. Yeah, I know, Bobby. I was thinking about it because I'm sure it works on Steam Deck. Controller support for Terraria is insanely good. I might be wrong. I might have used whips. I really don't remember. It's been a long time since I played. That's kind of the thing that I like, why I keep going back to that game is it's like, oh, you guys want to watch me play this? I don't remember anything. Sure. Like a lobotomy run where That's the future of YouTube, right? Just replaying games over and over again. Like, I don't know how many times I replayed through Turok 2. I don't think I replayed through it for this year. Usually I did it every year. But this year I skipped on it just because it was like, I played through that game so many times that it just wasn't really interesting to me anymore. But at least Terraria is a little more open-ended. But yeah, like I said, I'll get, you know, Core Keeper's gonna be the next game like that. And then eventually I do want to do Valheim for sure. Have you ever thought of playing the Armored Core games? I already played the most recent one. I'm not interested in playing those older ones. It's not my favorite type of genre, but man, I loved Fires of Rubicon. I'll play every new Armored Core game for sure. Don't kill me. But it's weird. I have a hard time going back to like older, jankier games. It very different than a retro playthrough though, right? Is it still healing him or did I get interrupted? Where's my bombs? No. Get out of there. No. Get out of there. Why is this even? Oh my God. Stupid ass game, dude. How do costume mods work? I put one on my Shadow Hunter and it's still the same costume. You'd have to check and see. Basically what the mods do is it modifies existing content. So you need to see which costume you need to wear that they modified so you can visually see the mod. You can't just wear anything, for example. It's like them purposefully taking one of the in-game costumes and then just redrawing it into their modded costume. So you'll see it as the modded costume, but other players will see you in whatever the normal costume is. Yeah, I might have been missing. I might have not been using the whips. I'd have to double check my old school series, but I don't typically watch my older videos, so. Like, I probably use them and I just forget. I don't know. What's your favorite starter class? In Trove? God, they keep changing all the starter classes, so I'm a little bit out of the know, honestly. But I think Tomb Raiser is one of the starter classes, right? Otherwise, Candy Barb's really, really good. Tomb Raiser was. I don't know if it still is. Where can we obtain Nitro Vault? What's the Nitro Vault again? Is that out of Delves? Trying to remember. That's such an obscure item. Oh, that stupid box. Sorry. That's from Leviathan Chess, I think. Also, yeah, hi Spooky, if I didn't say hello earlier. Oh, you got a costume mod? I mean, I'll open the page. Okay, that's actually a really good costume. That's funny. Jesus. I was watching your older modding tutorial, but it's completely different now, so I had no idea how to mod stuff. Yeah, well, modding itself hasn't really changed that much. It depends though, because I had a couple different videos, but yes. It's definitely different now because now you basically just save it as a tmod file instead, which I think I have a guide on that, but I don't know. It's been a few years since I did modding, so, and I don't really have an interest to go back to it. I'll mod stuff when it's easier, like when Hytale comes out or something. Because they're going to have a pretty streamlined modding setup, as far as I know. Oh. Okay. Hey, Norway. Yeah, we can go to Terraria after the update. Yes, because I know playing alone gets old after a while. Yes, I mean I'm not against like playing it alone again, but it definitely would help with the grind and make it a lot more casual. I think, especially for bosses, they're brutal solo, just because you die, that's it. Instead of, you know, the other player being able to kind of carry a bit. Does your dodge give you iframes? Yes. Always has. It used to be that dodging would take stamina though, rather than give you a cooldown, which I actually liked a lot better. Sorry, energy. Because in my opinion, it made Trove's combat actually like a little more skill-based. Not that it's like that much. Obviously, it's not going to help against like a damage over time effect like this idiot. We did it! Oh my god. Yeah, let's go this way, I guess. How do you get that hat? It's the Angelic Hood. It's actually a Fae Trickster costume. As far as I remember, it's over here in the style section. Right? Yeah, there it is. I just liked it because it reminds me of Tyrael, which is like one of the coolest character designs in a video game, I think. You're gonna give me stuff fighting? Wow. Even though you're new to the game. No, that's okay, man. I've already got like plenty of items. Bosses are what I love most in the multiplayer of Terraria. It's the meme. I got 3 more seconds before respawn. Oh, I don't know that one. Send me a DM of that meme. Should I ever attempt to grind Mystic Gear when the update drops on console? No, no. If you're asking that, then if I'm being perfectly real, you're probably not strong enough to even care. So, for example, you know me, I'm a freak, I'm at the end game and everything. The only way that I can, like, the bottleneck that's Mystic Gear restricting me is out of all these 5 stars that I've done, and most of them I usually do solo because I don't group with, I don't join any of the big groups. I don't know, I'm stubborn. But I've got enough resources out of these 5 stars to give me 1 item upgraded. I need to start gathering some of these plants casually. But I'm missing all of the oh god, I'm missing all the items out of the delves. And I don't think I'll ever end up getting them because those delves are ridiculously powerful. And require you to actually have like a good group. If I could get all those same resources just in these 5 stars, then I would slowly grind towards Mystic. But the fact that it requires me to go in one of the most boring delves the game has ever added, I'm not interested. At first I thought, oh, an underwater delve, that's kind of unique and interesting. And then I went on it on the test server once and I never looked back. It was just like, oh my god. I don't know how they made the delves worse. Absolute worst biome in the whole game. Fortnite collab win. Oh, it's already out, dude. You saw the short. Never. I really enjoyed when I was doing Fortnite on the channel, but no one was really interested in it, so it was like, all right. Plus, if I'm being perfectly honest, these last few seasons have sucked. I haven't even bothered playing. The Mad Max thing, like the whole vehicles, is actually a lot of fun because the vehicles were the best part of the game. But I really liked when Zero Build was first added, and the season that they had around then was very, very similar to Battlefield. And I just kept thinking like, dude, this is like a better Battlefield. Like, why don't they just lean into this? And then the next season started and they removed like all the fun stuff again. So it was like, all right. Do you know what the best way is to gain light? I have 6.3k light and I don't know what to do to get more. Geode Mastery, Cosmic Gems, Crystal Gear, the Skill Tree, obviously it'll give you a bunch as well, and the Cosmic Primordial Dragon. That'll help. Also, if you're missing your crystal ring. I'm afraid for Trove's future with the duping. This is probably the only game I'll ever play that involves thousands of hours of grinding, and it might be gone soon. I don't think so. It's like, I think that this whole duping thing, it's obviously really, really bad. Don't get me wrong, but it's not going to affect the game for a long time. I think it's going to be one of those things where it'll slowly, like, just as it becomes more normalized within the game economy, especially for you guys on console, like that's where I really feel, you know, really feel bad about the whole situation because you guys are kind of just stuck. But I'd say, like, if I'm being like super cruel and objective, Trove's probably on the out unless they've got some big plans later to deal with all of this. But even then, I could still see this game having like a few more years. Why was my comment deleted? I don't know. YouTube's stupid. We discovered it the other day. What happens is YouTube, think of like a corporation, right? What would they censor out of what you just said? And I'm talking like really, really stupid, like, you know, like super boomer CEO completely out of touch. What word would they censor? Because that's what happens. That's why, like, sometimes you guys will leave a comment and it just gets wiped from the face of the earth. Because if my filter grabbed it, I could still see the comment. It would just get, like, grabbed and notify me. But when the comment just doesn't exist, it means you got something, or you said something that the YouTube filter itself, like, not related to my channel, YouTube as a whole, was like, oh. It might even just be like something that had like a slight negative connotation. Because, oh, hateful comments. We got to remove them. Okay, whatever. Did you play the OG thing? Oh, for Fortnite? No. Somebody told me when that was around, they were saying, oh, it's just old Fortnite. This is stupid. It doesn't have any of the modern mechanics. And then one of my other buddies was telling me more recently, no, it was the old maps, but it had all the new mechanics. In which case, I probably would have been a bit more interested. But I'll admit, Fortnite's not my favorite game. I wish that I could play like against bots or something. Because if I could just grind that game continuously without having to deal with the stress of fighting sweats at night. Because that's the biggest problem that I noticed with Fortnite is if I play it during the day, it's like super easy and fun and just very casual. But then if I play it at nighttime, the only people playing are sweats. So you don't even get to play for like 10 minutes. Can you find silver and gold companion eggs in caves? Also where and how rare are they? Yes, you can. They're extremely uncommon. And I think you gotta get them in a certain depth. If I had to guess, I'd say probably the deepest. I don't know. Like depth 5 or whatever. But usually that's why you'll try and take advantage of the events that come around every now and then and give you guaranteed gold eggs. Like the Heck Bug event is really, really good for grinding companions and getting geode mastery. But yeah, silver and gold eggs are not common at all. And I'm sorry, I'm a little bit hazy on the details. It's been a long time since I even bothered with the geode caves. Gonda's value has gone down too much. Yep, that's all the duping. You can actually get bot lobbies. Not consistently for Fortnite though, unless they finally changed it. Everyone always talks about getting bot lobbies, but it's just random chance, and it's just filling up some of the players with bots, and then at the end you still just get absolutely creamed by some sweat team. If I could play just bots and still grind my battle pass, because I'd love to just have stress-free. Because I like the gameplay of Fortnite. It's just like after a while, it's too stressful. Like just constantly having to be like, you know. Whenever I was playing it, like I'll say this. My memory of Fortnite is dealing with all the sweats and stuff like that. But the actuality is that's playing on PC. Because for the past few months, I have been playing Fortnite just super casually on console with my buddy. And it's so much easier. Since console players like don't really care and it's a lot more casual. Like sometimes you'll run into a really good player, but every now and like for the most part, it's super casual. But my point being is my brain psychologically isn't trained for that. So when I think about playing Fortnite, I just get stressed out. I know that might seem weird, but I'm so used to PC lobbies. Like my muscle memory hasn't, you know, or whatever. Oh God, do him last. I have a way that you can get bot lobbies. I might have to look that up if that's a thing then. Oh, you put the Centaur Dino Tamer on Steam Workshop? Nice, spooky. Oh, did you use my old video? Because yeah, I was gonna say, if I added something to Steam Workshop, I would have to refer to my old video because I don't remember. Such a long time ago. Steam's interface still kind of sucks, honestly. I saw a post on Reddit. Apparently, Steam's gonna start overhauling how reviews are visible. So hopefully it's going to combat those, like, they're trying to combat the unhelpful reviews. You know, those stupid ones where it's like, no one's going to read this, but if someone likes this, I'll eat ketchup for every like or whatever. You know, like those people that are farming, it's like farming Reddit karma, but it doesn't do anything. Like, I don't get it, man. People these days treat like all of these digital things as if it's some sort of a currency and they chase after it. Like, what? It's like people farming likes on Twitter with their hate bait comments. Kind of why I stopped using Twitter, honestly, because oh man, since it swapped to X, it's just gone downhill. I still find a lot of really cool indie games off of it. But holy crap, like the posting and like how monetized it all is and stuff, it's just, ugh, what a terrible platform it is now. Like, yeah, it was always toxic, but it's like so much more now. Because people realize that if they end up saying stupid things or being controversial, it generates clicks. Maybe I'm like old school, maybe I'm thinking the wrong way about this, but for me, it's like, Jesus. I hate it. Because I was talking with my brother about how, like, you know, people are still trying to talk about like console war stuff, right? Or all the Assassin's Creed Shadow controversy. And then you realize, no, there's like a very, very small community of idiots that are just the loudest ones complaining about this, when the majority of people don't care. And I used to, just because I thought it was funny, I would argue with these people, like antagonizing them and telling them like, no, this is stupid. This is not how this works. And then for whatever reason, I just realized, oh, they win. That's what they wanted to do. You know, I just thought I was casually being like funny and being a jerk, but that's exactly the point, is they're trying to farm controversial, like hate bait. The fact that that word even exists is like so stupid. And then, if I'm being perfectly honest, I was swapping and starting to use Twitter for posts and updates, like just here's a video I'm working on or whatever. And then for whatever reason, Twitter like automatically logs me out all the time now. And since getting hacked years ago, I've got so much like stuff in the way, so that logging in is like really, really tedious, because I got like my authentication app and all this other crap, right? And so that's kind of why I just low-key stopped using Twitter, is because like if I ever want to post anything, it's not a casual open up the browser and just post it. It's like I have to log in every single time. I don't know why I did that. Probably a paid feature, let's be real. But that's why I'm not really using it as much anymore. I do still use it. Again, I use it for browsing like indie games and stuff, and for there it's actually been really, really good, because I've been really careful with what I like and what I respond to, so that the algorithm actually, like, you know, knows what I like. And I've found quite a few indie games that I use in the Games You Never Heard Of series out of Twitter. Yeah, you can't browse the website now. You have to log in. Yeah, exactly. Like you have to log in to even browse it on a browser. It's really dumb. I checked all the settings too, and there's no setting that's like auto sign out. It just does it. What minimap mod are you using? It's literally called minimap. I think it's 2 words though. Oh, there we go. Speaking of which, I actually have the Next Games You've Never Heard of video. I finally finished it. This one took a little bit longer than expected. But I'll hopefully post that one today after I'm done with the stream. Yesterday for people that watch this VOD, because this VOD will probably go up tomorrow. Help me. And then I'm really, like I said earlier, I'm really excited to go back to Wynncraft today. For those of you guys that don't know, basically, Wynncraft is a Minecraft MMO. It's been out for years. Fantastic. I actually have a series on it from years ago. And I actually remember like the devs contacting me and like they gave me like media tag on my account and I even had like a conversation with one of them in game. It was really, really cool, really heartwarming to see that. But now with Wynncraft, you know, it used to be version 1.8 of Minecraft. Now they're on the most recent one, so it's 121.1 or 0.2 or something. And today they have the Rekindled update where they basically said, we're going to make Hytale come out early. Check out the trailer. Just look for Wynncraft Rekindled. It doesn't even look like Minecraft. Like it's got like world events. It's got like custom animations and just, oh man, it looks so freaking cool. And they had the beta for like a month, but today it launches. So I'm excited to bring that series back on the channel. I'm still gonna do my new type of playthrough where I'm gonna probably record an hour and try to cut that down to 15-20 minutes. But at the very least, this is gonna be like a more regulated like playthrough where I'll probably try and have episodes out like every day or every second day. And I really, really hope that I can commit and actually get to the end game this time, because one of the biggest things that most people won't know about unless you guys have played it is around the level 40 to 50, Wynncraft usually kind of sucks. And with this update, on top of everything else that they added, they overhauled the level 40 to 60 like area and grind. So I'm really like, that's literally when I quit every single time, was around those levels when you get to the desert, because it's just a bunch of fetch quests and it's really, really boring. And then once you get past that, it's really good. But I kept always quitting every time I would start a new character and stuff. But anyways, everyone always talks about, have you tried Hypixel Skyblock? Everyone always talks about it. I haven't gotten around to trying it yet. Everyone always suggests me to play it, but then at the same time, I constantly hear people say, oh yeah, no, you won't like it. I don't know. I'll get around to it one day, but I got a soft spot for Wynncraft. Also, I saw someone in the comments earlier, I don't know if they're still there, but saying that they watched the channel like a long time ago, in which case, hello, welcome back. Also someone on Twitch saying, I haven't played this game since I was like 12. Oh my god. Yes, welcome back. We are multi-streaming, so I'm not just talking to the wall. I'm talking to YouTube chat, Twitch chat, whatever. I remember playing Wynncraft once, got to the point where you needed a friend to continue the quest. Then I stopped playing because I have no friends. Oh, you could just do it with a random. What the? Oh, the game's crashing. Oh, it logged me out. The heck? Game update or something? The hell? I'm trying to remember which quest you're talking about. Was that once you get over the water? I don't... Yeah, because I think it was when you were trying to go through the gate in that big town, right? Something like that. Came back to the game a couple days ago. I stopped shortly after the Paragon update. Ah, yes. Paragon update was kind of cool just because it, you know, more numbers. But that's basically it, right? It didn't do much. I mean, I guess it did the crystal rings and everything, but I don't remember. I assume you're saying you don't remember when you started playing the game. It was something in an ice biome with some snow. Been a while. Oh, or are you talking about Wynncraft? Yeah. No, oh, yep. I know which quest you mean. Yeah, it is in the snow biome. I don't know. Yeah. Not the Santa quest, but like there's like a main quest in there that required you to have like 2 people or something. Yeah. I literally started playing Trove at 12 years old. I turned 18 this month. Good lord. You guys trying to make me feel old? Because it's not working. I think the moment I felt old was the day I was born. No, it's weird. Like, I don't know if my brain is like just strange or something. Like, I think as I've aged, I've gained wisdom and become a lot better at being a human and managing my own emotions. But as far as like just how I feel, I don't really feel like I've changed at all. Like just physically, like I still feel fine. I mean, the only thing now is it's like the only thing that really distinctly reminds me like, hey, you're getting older is, oh, I can't do this without pain. Like, you know, like my body like actually just being weaker or whatever. Like, I don't know. But I mean, for 500-year-old draconian, like I'm feeling pretty good. Have you seen the newest No Man's Sky update? Yep. I reinstalled No Man's Sky and tried it out. I'm not big into No Man's Sky, if I'm being perfectly honest. I'm just gonna wait for the their new game. Where are the bosses? Oh. The Echoes of Fire or something. It's such a stupid, forgettable title. But it looks cool because it's basically medieval No Man's Sky on a single planet that I hope actually has like dungeons and grinding and stuff. Because my biggest issue with No Man's Sky is I love the idea of adventure. I hate the idea of crafting. And the majority of No Man's Sky is crafting now. Like, it's so weird that I actually liked old school No Man's Sky, you know, the version everyone hated. I liked it better than what it is now. Because now it's super heavy emphasis on crafting and base building and all that crap. And I want to just go to new planets. I just want to explore stuff. And actually get rewarded for it. You know? Your mind ages through events. Your body ages regardless. That's actually pretty deep. Light No Fire. Yeah, that's what it's called. That's right. I stopped playing Trove when they made it possible to go over 25 kpr. Oh, geez. Yeah, that's a long time ago. I don't even remember what they changed that suddenly boosted us past that. That was probably the Geode update, I guess, right? Which, man, there was a lot of crazy stuff. When you guys remember when they were pushing the Geode and they had like the ship in the hub and everything? That was pretty neat. They really went all out with that one. And then this one, it's just like, oh, here's a new portal, you know. Okay, cool. It's weird you say that and then you get addicted to Factorio and Satisfactory. I don't actually like Satisfactory. I like Factorio though. And even then, that's a completely different formula. I know on the surface it might be like, what? This is just base building. No, it's automation. And it's designed in such a way to be addicting to man brain. Factorio is one of those games where it's like, just one more thing. I just gotta make this just a little more optimal. Just gotta make this a little bit better. Which I think really works with our mechanic brain. You feel like you're accomplishing something. But no, Satisfactory never clicked for me. Like, I could see why it would be addicting, but I don't know. I think it's like when it comes to a 3D space, for some reason, automation just doesn't really click with me. But as soon as, like, with Factorio, like, looking down on it, like, was just the camera perspective and the graphics and stuff, for whatever reason, was just so much more appealing to me. Yeah, basically, exactly. That's it. Factorio's like an approachable coding or something. But since it's presented as a video game for some reason, it's more digestible. Like I often think about like, man, if designing a video game was actually like fun and intuitive enough to the point where I like continually did it and got 10,000 hours in it, and then I could just like pump out games, that'd be so cool. But it's so expensive to get into game design, and it's incredibly boring in my limited experience. I'd love to design like a VR game, but that'd be way too much of a project. I enjoy Satisfactory a lot. Oh no, I know. I got a buddy who got like super addicted to it. I just, for whatever reason, it never clicked for me. And then when I played Factorio, I was just like, oh, I get it. I want a game like Trove to come out now. And it feel like how I felt when I first started. Yeah. Yeah, don't bother chasing that nostalgia. You'll just be sad. No, I do think a modern game like Trove would be really cool, but yeah. What's the least boring, the codes or the graphics? Bro, I'm not gonna pretend that I like have experience with game design. My game design experience is literally just modding stuff in games and using RPG Maker. I'm sure it's a lot more streamlined now than it was before. I've already seen a lot of games using the Unreal Engine like tool set, and you'd be surprised how many games pop off on Steam that are literally just using like Unreal assets. Like they're just using canned animations, canned character models. And I just think, dang, dude, what a turnover of a profit for these scumbags. They barely put in any work. Like there was another, what was it? The FPS tool set that Unreal Engine put out, where it's got like full on like first person shooter gunplay that looks like Call of Duty. It's got stealth and takedown animations when you get behind a dude. And it's all like pre-baked in. You just gotta like load it in and put a couple custom assets, and then hey, you got a video game. And the funny thing is I see stuff like that constantly on Steam, and it just frustrates me to no end, especially when you see like the generic like Unreal assets of like polygon graphics. That same, you know, there's that big knight guy that's got like the really long arms. If you saw him, you'd recognize him immediately because he's in every game that uses Unreal Engine. That's what frustrated me a lot about Pal World, because they're using Unreal Engine 5, and I recognized a lot of the animations that they used. They did have a lot of custom stuff for sure, but a lot of it was just baked in. Even what's that new game coming? The Wukong one. Like it's got custom animations, but it's still got a lot of Unreal Engine has a lot of default stuff that streamline video game development, which is why so many Unreal Engine games all feel the same. You know what I mean? Do you feel like new games are bland nowadays? It depends. I'm most of all just talking about my frustration with certain little indie games that I see here and there that clearly had no thought or effort put into them. But I think you can make some fantastic games with Unreal Engine. I think how approachable game development is to people that are into that sort of thing is crazy. I wouldn't know the first thing about game development, despite the fact that I would love to design a game. I'm more like I've talked about before. I'm more of the idea man. I don't want to learn like coding and stuff. I'd want to just yell at someone, do this. Because my dream game would be a third-person action combat game, kind of in the vein of Elden Ring or Dark Souls, but it would have a Diablo loot system. That'd be my dream game. Like basically just Diablo, but over the shoulder, and with better combat to accommodate for it. Maybe something similar to Smite, with its gameplay, but as like an adventure game. Also, hey, Obets. Oh, right, the Disney Fortnite thing. I saw somebody like streaming that earlier in the day. I assumed it was out, but I guess they were just sitting there waiting. I'd love a modern MMO that doesn't flop and has a real community. I know, but that would require the developers to actually understand video game design. Anyone who gets into doing an MMO doesn't do that. Because unfortunately, the truth is MMO games are wildly expensive and rarely ever turn a profit, which is why most people don't get into it. But I'm really hopeful for Riot's MMO that's going to be in the League of Legends universe. I low-key am hoping that Arcane is them leading into the story of the MMO long-term. Because they got the lore, they got the story writing. If they can somehow translate that into an MMO and give us, you know, really good televised attacks and stuff like League of Legends or Smite or whatever, like, I really like the combat in League, even if I don't like the game. I just want it over the shoulder, please. And then otherwise, give me your game, Riot. That and Hytale. They've already stated that everything from the show and the game is canon and we power the MMO's story. No, I know as far as like lore is concerned, yes, because it's in the League of Legends universe. But what I'm saying is if they take that style of the Arcane show and like maybe around season 3, they launch the MMO right after and the story takes place right after that. And then maybe even have some cutscenes similar in that vein with the game. That's kind of what I'm hoping for long term, is it's literally going to go right alongside the game. I think that would be dope. Because otherwise, as far as lore is concerned, the story of Jinx, I don't know if that's like new. I think that's been canon for a while. Apparently, they always had really, really good lore building with League of Legends. Not that I know much about it, just one of my buddies was super into League back in the day. What about the Marvel Overwatch game? Yeah, I'll probably play that if it's free to play. Marvel Rivals, it looks good. People are kind of dogging on it because it looks like Overwatch, but it's Overwatch but as Marvel characters. Like, bro, I'll take playing as Venom. Are you kidding? Yes, I'm on the North American servers. Riot did fire most of the people in charge of the lore of League of Legends. Did they, though? Because Arcane's been going pretty good. We get Season 2 this year, though, in November, so we'll see if it still keeps that quality. But yeah, I know they're doing the whole changing of the guard and stuff over at Riot, and there's a lot of controversy around the company. I'm still just going to be hopeful, because I'm a glass half full kind of guy. It's the same as I keep talking with my cousin regularly about GTA 6 and how there is a genuine scare that Rockstar is not Rockstar anymore. Because For those that, you know, played previous Diablo games, for example, Diablo 4 sucks. It's just terrible. That is the game that finally put the nail in the coffin for me and was like, oh, this isn't Blizzard anymore. This is Activision. And Rockstar, I know they're under a different team now too. So I'm still going to be hopeful. I'm still going to be like, oh man, I'm pumped for GTA 6. But I really, really hope that it doesn't just flop and be like garbage and not have any of the magic that the previous games did. Because we don't, that's one thing that I'll say has kind of happened with video games over the years, is video games used to be like an event, you know? You remember when Halo would launch and the world would stop? And now Halo sucks and everyone hates it? Even though I actually really like Halo Infinite, I think the multiplayer is really, really good. I never played the campaign because the story is stupid, but... And then with Diablo, you know, I'm more than willing and ready to move on to Path of Exile 2 when it comes out. Can't wait for GTA 6 to release in 3024. No, they confirmed it comes out October next year. I just hope it's like actually GTA 6 and not GTA 5 with a new coat of paint, because that's another really common thing. Not to mention the thing that I'm genuinely worried about is how they now, like, when GTA 5 Online first came out, they really didn't know what they were doing. Now they do, and more so than, oh, they know what they're doing, they know how to monetize it. And I'm genuinely worried that GTA 6 is going to come right out of the gate with like all sorts of pay to win and stuff. Because as much as I'm excited for the campaign of GTA 6, it's the online. That's what I'm waiting to see. Yeah, that's true. The only world event that we had like that was Tears of the Kingdom. Nintendo keeps knocking it out of the park. They've consistently stayed like a really, really strong company, putting out banger after banger after banger. Like, lots of people kind of hate and criticize on Nintendo, but I'm still a fan. Because they still take it seriously and they know, oh, let's actually put out good products. That way we can get money. Like, they consider their trust with their fan base to be like top priority, which I think a lot of modern game companies kind of just take advantage of nowadays. You know, for the sake of nostalgia or whatever else. I mean, I'm still excited for like AAA garbage like Assassin's Creed Shadows. Everyone's hating on that because hate bait, but I like Ubisoft and I like Assassin's Creed. Please God, give me the Splinter Cell remakes. Like, that's why I think it's funny when Twitter like tries to start these wars between Xbox and PS5 when it's like, bro, I still remember Xbox PS2 or the Xbox 360 era. Like, games hit different back then. Like, when I played through last year, when I played through the Dead Space remake, God, what a breath of fresh air to have a fully complete game with no DLC, and it had like New Game Plus and all of these different things that were just already baked into the game. And it was a remake of a classic game, and it just made me feel like oddly nostalgic for that Xbox 360 era of like video games where things just, whoa, you know, things were so good back then when video games, because it was kind of at the point, I think, where video games were starting to realize how to be successful and make a consistent amount of money, you know, instead of companies going bankrupt all the time. But they were still at the point where they were inventing and trying new stuff. Also, good God, the Paragon pins, thank you. Versus nowadays, video games are so ridiculously formulaic, it's very, very rare to see a company take a risk. Nintendo still does, and in my mind, like, you know, sometimes some of their stuff flops, but then you get games like Mario Wonder or Zelda Breath of the Wild where they just overhaul and try something brand new, and then it's so wildly successful that becomes the new norm, right? Like, I'm so excited for whatever their new Zelda is going to be. And I'm really excited to see what they do with the next Mario game, like the 3D Mario game. But when it comes to Nintendo, like, I think they're firing off on all cylinders because they're still at the point where they're pushing, like, they're genre defining as far as like video games. Jesus Christ. Okay, are these duped? Because I'm getting a little nervous. There's a little too many Paragon pins here, bro. Make a good thumbnail though. No, I know they're probably not duped. I'm just joking. I don't think we have the duping on PC anymore. But here you go, guys. I'll pull them all in for you. Please kill them before our frames die. The mass firing of Riot employees was after Arcane. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know any of that stuff. Beautiful. Let's see if we actually get something good out of them. JK. Please stop putting them down. Or put them in the pinata pit out back. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna go wait back here. .360 live chat was another world. Yeah, dude, man. I miss games having open mic chat too. Before, like, it was all toxic and stuff like it is now. Like, there was definitely, I don't mean to sound all nostalgic like back in my day, but you got to understand, when I was growing up, you would be ostracized for playing video games. Like, people would be like, nerd, loser. Like, people would hate you, right? But because of it, it made like the nerd community like really, like, I met some fantastic people playing Halo back in the day, or SOCOM and stuff. The most unlikely people in the world. And that, you know, because everyone was kind of dealing with that oppressive nature. So the online video games was our outlet. Not nowadays where, you know, people got like their TikTok and do their dumb dances and stuff. And try to get like their attention through like likes and whatever else. Like, I'm not saying I'm not guilty of it as well, but I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you guys. I ask for likes and subscribers because I'm expected to. Because for some reason, people just don't do it. Like, you guys should like the video, follow, subscribe, you know, all that stuff. If you haven't already, do it. But my point is, I don't care. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It was very tight knit before everyone was on the internet. Yeah, now it's all normalized, which is better for sure. But I feel like things are kind of going through a very renaissance period right now where people are getting really sick and tired of like the same copy and paste games, or like, you know, it's almost like gamers are kind of taking the community back, where people are like, Twitter is stupid now, and people are starting to move on, and wow, these people are really toxic about this thing, and people are starting to move on. Now, granted, as far as the YouTube platform and whatever, people are still generating tons of views off of the hate bait and stuff like that, but that's just because people are chasing the money. I don't mean to ramble about it so much, but did I get anything useful out of that? No, of course I didn't. But it's just, I don't know. It's just so strange to me, like, how different it all is. People just doing things for the sake of getting a response versus like I still remember, you know, when I was younger and I would just make a complete ass of myself out in public. And it's like, I just do it because I think it's funny. I don't care what other people think. My wife often... Oh, the VFX are broken on those wings. What the heck? Jeez. My wife often makes fun of like how I don't get self-conscious about things, because she does, because she's a normal person. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I find it endearing. Is there a way we can join you? Oh, because of the pins? Sorry, I honestly didn't even think about that. I should have let you guys join in on me. But we're wrapping up. Decentralization in general is getting more popular as an idea now that enough people are getting fed up with the bloated garbage of the modern era. I know it's the same as with Disney. We've got the hero, superhero fatigue, and they keep on acting like it's not a thing. Are you playing Wynncraft later tonight? Yeah. I'm probably gonna have to start making dinner for the wife soon, but I'm definitely gonna be playing Wynncraft like pretty regularly. I'll try and set you up, Mystery, because you can like add me on there and stuff like that, but I'm definitely gonna record it tonight. Anyways, I appreciate you guys wholeheartedly for coming out, listening to my rants, indulging me. Always have a good time with you guys. This is why I most of all moved to doing streams instead of my more regulated videos, which is also just because I'm out of ideas when it comes to Trove content. But I love you guys. See you.